welcome to Keeping It Real with Google Keep as an assessment tool. Today I will be facilitating this screencast. My name is Danielle. I'm so glad you're here with me. Today we're going to be taking Google Keep to the next level. This slideshow has been shared with you in this professional development session. And if you're still interested in learning all the ins and outs of Google Keep and getting a crash course, please just make sure to view the embedded video here. You can also go to the G Suite Learning Center to learn more about Google Keep as well. Today, we will be talking about Google Keep Notes being used as rubrics and feedback. The first thing that you are going to need is rubric templates that you can use. On this slide, in the slideshow that's been shared with you, are the rubric templates that you, as an elementary teacher, I do want to set that as a disclaimer. The rubrics that I currently have and have drafted for all of you are elementary rubrics. I do not have access to or are familiar with middle school or high school rubrics. Maybe that's something you and your colleagues, if you're on that level, can work towards. The rubric templates link right here, if you click on it, it's going to create your very own copy in your drive so you have this for the future. What I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over here now and kind of show you what that rubric templates looks like. We're going to work with check plus, check minus, that you can add this to your student assessments. We also have open-ended question templates here. So different scores, different grades, the percentages attached to it, and the criteria that goes along with each open-ended grade. A simple paragraph grading rubric, narrative writing grading rubric that is specific to the district that we are in, Woodbridge Township. Expository writing grading rubric, which is approved as well. Persuasive writing rubric, and a multimedia presentation grading rubric for those of you that might do Google slideshows and whatnot. So all of this is here for you so that when you see how to create the Google Notes in a few, you do not have to reinvent the wheel, and you can just copy and paste from here and you can change it based on the needs of your classroom. Okay, so let's get started. As you can see, this is my Google Keep, and we've talked in the other screencasts and the crash course of Google Keep all about what's working here. So what I want to show you is that I have pinned the writing rubrics that are important to me: a simple paragraph, narrative, expository, persuasive, so on and so forth. What you essentially are going to do is you would have these Google Notes created. If you need to still create one on your own, we can do a quick crash course on that. Let's say we're going to be grading a narrative writing piece today. You're going to copy all of this text, and then you are going to come into your Google Note. You might label it narrative writing rubric. And then you're going to paste your rubric in here. Simple as that. You can collaborate and share with your grade level colleagues. You can change the color if you would like, and pin it if you know you're going to be using it and it is important to you. Once you have copy and pasted your rubric into your note, you're going to close it. And since I pinned it, it comes up as the most recent note. Now that I have my notes and I'm ready to start grading my students' work, I'm going to come into my, let's see right here, Google Classroom. I'm going to click on my classwork tab and find the work that my students have been completing, let's say in Writing City. So normally I would go into the turned in work and I would go through and use my rubrics on the student work. What I did for us today is I just created my own template just for the safety of not using any of my students' names in the screencast. This is one of my students' work. So now I am ready to assess my students' work. Biggest thing you're going to want to know is about the side panel that's here. This side panel is going to come up in Google Docs, Google Slides, and Google Sheets. This is the game changer for using your Google Keep notes integrated into these Google apps for education. All I'm going to do is find the Google Keep icon and click it, and it will open up this sidebar and open up all of the notes that I have in my Google Keep right here seamlessly within my Google Docs. First thing you want to do is if you're not seeing the note that you want, you can scroll to find it, or this is why labeling notes would be so important. In the other screencasts, we talked about creating these labels, and to show you, I might want to label this one now. So the way I label it is I click on my three dots and I click Add Label. And I know that I want to add this to my writing rubrics, or I could create a new label. So I click that off and now my label is applied. This is going to be much easier to find now. So when I click back to where I was working, I can click this magnifying glass and it will search all of my notes. I can search my writing rubrics notes, and any writing rubric that I've labeled with that label will come up. So I know I want to use the narrative writing rubric, which is right here. Best thing I suggest is using a whole page for this. So click in front of your student work, go to, and again, you do not have to do this, but I just think it actually looks much nicer when you have your whole page for the rubric. You're going to go to Insert, you're going to go to Break, and include a page break. Now you scroll back to that first page, and like magic, all you need to do is click on your Google Keep note and drag it into the page. It basically created a template for you so that now you have this rubric right here with your students' work. Okay? From there, you can go through and show the student what grades they might have gotten by highlighting the background of the grade, changing the color of the number grade that you're giving them, underlining the number, bolding or italicizing the number. This is something that you're going to set up with your students early on in the year so that they know what to look for. You could then say that they got a total of however many points they got out of 24 and give them their percentage grade. You can add in comments right here. And now it's simple enough that your students and parents can view this rubric right within their document as long as all my changes are saved in my drive, creates less paper, creates more productivity, and really is such a game changer in the classroom, especially as we continue working toward more digital learning tools. Thanks for keeping it real with me with Google Keep. Have a great day.